For some reason, I have been coming up against Carthage a lot lately with the Boii, and I usually pick the Boii, and my opponent counters with Carthage. I don't know why. I don't think it's because Panda Warrior posted the video where he beats a Boii army with his Carthaginian army, because it is a tall order beating the Boii with Carthage. The Boii have all the tools needed to make Carthage's life very, very short and painful. Now, I'm playing against a player from the Sith clan here. He recognized me from YouTube, so thanks for that, Heir of Carthage. And he asked if I was the guy who had the nice videos about mechanics and stuff. And that kind of puts some pressure on me here, because if I make videos about how the game supposedly works, and then I play terribly, it doesn't look good for the information that I present. Although the information might be correct, it doesn't look good that I'm not able to use that information to play better. But it is an important point, because knowing how the game works and being able to play well are two kind of separate skills. Because playing the game well, you need situational awareness, you need some micromanagement. You need to be able to respond appropriately to threats and situations developing, and you need to be able to know what to do against certain builds, and you kind of need to recognize different strategies. So in this case, I have a very heavy sword rush with 4 Oathsworn, 4 sword followers, 4 Celtic warriors, 2 levy freemen, 2 Celtic light horse, a levy freeman in the center, and this Celtic skirmisher just in case of elephants. My opponent brought a line of Libyan infantry and mercenary Samnites, so pretty decent sword line, can't really match mine, but he has these skirmishers and the cavalry to make up for it, and he also has these speed bump units, these late Libyan hoplites, that are going to be able to hold for at least some time while his cavalry moves around. So I'm thinking that my opponent's plan here is probably to tie me down and rob me of charge bonuses with these late Libyan hoplites, and then use his cavalry to rear charge. So I'm going to use my cheapest units against his cheapest units. No point in overdoing it. I'm going to get charged by mercenary Skitarii cavalry here, but not too worried about it. Getting some javelins in there, and I'm also going to throw some javelins with these Celtic warriors. So the mercenary Skitarii are taking damage, but is pulling them out. And over here I'm pulling away because there are too many units here for me to deal with. So I want to pull closer to my own lines, and I don't care if I throw away these units. I did manage to damage his mercenary Skitarii a bit. I want to throw some javelins at these guys because they are annoying me, but I'm going to pull back and continue to chase here. So these guys are going to charge into my Celtic warriors, and that's perfect because it allows me to get the levy freemen into the mix. Over here not much happening, so maneuvering is moving a bit closer to my lines. And this is actually getting dangerously close, and I mean throwing Pila range close. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to take the bait and throw some javelins straight at his Carthaginian cavalry. Here we go. Bam! So took down 9 there. It's pretty good. Over here things are chaotic. Charging my sword followers into his Libyan infantry, so his Libyan infantry can't destroy my Celtic warriors. And here I kind of miss-micro my light horse, and I just forget that I have them there. So they're going to get charged by late Libyan hoplites, but not really important. They are a cheap unit, and I can afford losing them. But he is losing quite a few guys on some of his cavalry units here. This unit of late Libyan hoplites is going down, the Libyan infantry is going down. He's charging through my sword followers here, so that's a pretty smart thing to do. But I'm going to turn my Oathsworn around and deal with this unit of mercenary Skitarii cavalry. Over here I'm up against late Libyan hoplites, going to destroy them with Celtic warriors, and just keep pushing him all the while. So the mercenary Skitarii cavalry, not the best cavalry, didn't really do much damage to my sword followers here, and they're going to take some damage pulling out, so not really worth it. The mercenary Cretans are of course worrying, but I'm just going to go through these speed bumps very quickly by attacking them with 2 units at once here, and continue to push his line forward. Engage with sword followers, engage the mercenary Samnites with Oathsworn, and I have attack orders here, so I won't get the best charge because I got stopped, but they're only mercenary Samnites, so nothing too worrying. My Celtic light horse got destroyed by these late Libyan hoplites. I'm moving my Celtic warriors up to deal with some of the Scutari, and here there are a lot of rare charges coming in from my opponent, but there are too many fights that I'm winning that he won't be able to affect the outcome of the battle decisively with his Carthaginian cavalry. And his skirmishers are quickly getting hemmed in because I'm being able to move around the flanks here to go for his skirmishers, defeat his infantry. And here a unit of Carthaginian cavalry is caught by my Celtic light horse. They are just about getting a charge, but I'm able to support with my levy freemen. I have to move them away from the late Libyan hoplites. I'm winning most of the infantry engagements, which I should, even though I'm under fire, even though I'm being rear charged. This unit is going down, nothing too worrying about that. But my sword followers are doing very well in shield wall against the Libyan infantry. When the levy freemen support this fight, they should be able to win fairly decisively, but the light horse are doing okay. They have a good charge bonus, so they will do okay against Carthaginian cavalry on the charge. Now my levy freemen are moving in to seal the deal here. Libyan infantry going down. Libyan infantry should go down here to Oathsorn as well. There is a cavalry unit here, but mercenary Scutari cavalry is going to get beaten down by Oathsorn. And this unit of levy freemen is holding up against late Libyan hoplites, not for long though. But most of his infantry units just can't stand up to my sword followers and my Oathsorn. So his general is getting charged by Oathsorn here, and I'm being able to surround his skirmishers from all sides. Take care of this unit with some javelins, and then it's just a matter of basically surrounding these guys so they won't be able to escape anywhere. Hold them here with the light horse, get the Oathsorn in, and the kills are going to start to increase very quickly here. So a very short and brutal battle, and I think the problem that Carthage has in this case is that the infantry can't stand up for long enough to enable the cavalry to get the amount of rear charges they need. Because a rush army like this is going to eat through most of what Carthage can bring. An elephant would be very useful here. It's a risky investment, but if you use it well, it can destroy a lot of Oathsorn and sword followers very quickly. Mercenary noble fighters are also a good choice, but you can only bring 2 of them, and it will severely limit your cavalry power and your number of infantry if you decide to bring it. But I think these mercenary Cretans were maybe a bit risky. Against the Boii, I would have liked to see some more swords for Carthage, although it's going to be very difficult to fight Boii on their own terms in a rushing style. So thanks for the battle, Sith Aksevi. And looking at the kills here, the Celtic warriors did okay, the sword followers did okay. Basically every unit except the unit that got charged did fairly well, but here you can see the Carthaginian swords just aren't up to the task in defeating the sword followers and the Oathsorn. And I also think bringing 5 late Libyan hoplites, while I like the idea, having them as a speed bump, I think it works better if you have a much stronger sword core than this. And you can see the mercenary Samnites aren't getting a lot of kills, and I rarely use mercenary Samnites myself. I much prefer Scutari and Libyan infantry. They are cheaper, and they usually give me more kills than these mercenary Samnites. So for a Carthaginian army against the Boii, I think I would have gone for something like 6 Libyan infantry, 6 Scutari, maybe an elephant, and I would have kept the Carthaginian cavalry, but would not have kept the mercenary Scutari cavalry. Maybe just 2 units of late Libyan hoplites for cavalry support and such, and I think I would have taken out the skirmishers altogether. I mean, they can work, but it's going to be difficult because the Boii are going to be up in your face very quickly. So thanks for the game, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the battlefield.